Okay, abusua ba makwa abaswenko so edeba Ghana Politics Avenue so abusua yembonra yensemo Kevin Taylor aba be reveal some NPP hidden secrets bi eche se Ghana ha time a NPP amanyoku no omo power yesu se oman mu ayeden eche se Ghana ni bia aso ayehye no Kevin Taylor echra NPP sika omo ewia no abusua tisi ano yakwa akohu ba bia sika no omo de akwa akogu the last time be report bi maamo and then ekra Kevin Taylor aka the last time be report maamo say omo de bi akwa akogu UK and abusua omo asa ene yakwa akohu say omo de bi asa so akwa akogu one of the islands nibiso abusua Kevin Taylor aba be reveal shocking secret baby a omo di sika no kokko share wasa highland omo yanko na yanko nkoti ensma ekọ so unsubscribe ya subscribe like na share ma afofron so ensa into me enkabi Ghana Politics Avenue so and don't forget to click on the notification bell so na any update be ebe drop no onso onsa ebe to me aka medamase.
You said I should hand the country over to this NPP hooligans. I should give the country back to these inner monkeys. They don't care. All that they understand is to steal. All that they understand is to make fun of us, to insult us in our faces, to steal money and go keep on islands, to steal money and take to the UK. These are not people we can hand over a nation to again. But you need to understand, it's exactly 9 p.m. in Ghana. Dollar no ewo a year 10.50 and there Mahama Bawumia NPP for dollar no ewo 17.80 time na Bawumia Akuffo Addo Oforiata Cabinet Japan Canada Japan country omo makadi nyina wa ban mu anom so mu nyansa no omo free aban mu no na dollar no ewo 17. Remember the economic management team no na Mahama Bawumia and the lead management team no. The funny thing is, time the economic management team ne buy na Bawumia ne di enimu no na dollar no ewo 3.7 amount for 4.2 omo boa mon kodam ko check refacts no na ewo 3.7 Bawumia olidi the economic management team the FX committee Bawumia odi gold for oil on na SCS odi buy Bawumia on de denkwa na yemfama no na de enya ne yemfama Akuffo no ye di dollar no ehye ne nsa no Bawumia free power no na dollar no was 17.80 and the NDC atna abemu 1 solid year omo beto dollar no was 17.80 na bibia jiegu mena woka say the first time in the history of the Republic of Ghana bronya ebin sida the first time in the history of Ghana during bronya near tipetro so the first time in the history of Ghana during bronya na dollar kofom ebin sida. It is under the leadership of John Dramani Mahama and the NDC. And the men say, it was January 2025. The NPP for catcher say, some Mahama ni NDC ba power. Dollar ni bedu 2025. Men say, the dollar is lingering around 10.50 and 10.45. This is Aban Papa. This is good governance. This is what we have been talking about. Na ye de de ye ka se yento aba ensese Jimmy for ne amfa nyansafo medi Ghana so no na nya se bia ye tan ne epese wusi wadwuma ene wusi kasam ejina ne na so ne epese mo amudi dwa mo amokofa nyomo abrochire mo amoton spare parts mo amoye de Ghana fo a mo ye dwadifo mo a mo ho ehinha mo no na mo ho kire mo no ye pese mo hinha mo. This is what we were calling for. As we speak today, every importer and exporter is happy because dollar na yedidi juma ewa bruchiri ni Ghana no and the dollar no are stable. It stabilize it. It is all because of edie omo yedi tumi asho monsa nyansa ene senia omo kura Ghana ne chichiriye. The Bank of Ghana, the Gold Board, the Finance Minister, the President of the Republic, all these people are working hard to make sure say omo protect our assets. Protect or investment, protect or capital. That is why today the dollar is at 10.50. Mameka bibinchiro say gold board you good in that the dollar will go to 30. In the way invest and then I will shamia. Did that NPP ye nyina say gold board ni wa sebio koko ni wa sebio se yenya nyansafo mo manchechere Ghana sebio sika sembese enti no mani abri denden omodi omani akosi gold board so omodi omani akosi sami jemfi so benwumbre ye bedwudwam ye be Ghana for matiase atra NPP AD adikudie ntia the gold board that John Mahama ne NDC de baye no etumi ama Ghana ejina ne nanso. The first time in the history of Ghana bronya ye hunsa dollar ekofom da enso under John Mahama any NDC no bronya edi na dollar ne ekofom under John Mahama ne NDC no bronya edi na air friend saying petrol ekofom. This is what we call good governance aban papa. And then you bring ye Ghana for atiase ye see as afifu from aban we atre say omubetumi achechire oman no aban we achire say nyansa ye de chechire man no omu obi ende Ghana for ye nyina ye ndi yawo ewe yemu ende edwadifo sebio obom kra nyoma omo amoton nyama obia wo eyeden ayemhye obia wo what we call confidence in the economy, confidence ede de chechire man ende so do sika ekoto bank awunsuro ende se wo koda as an investor, as an importer, as an exporter awunsuro because when we say adie bechi no dollar no enya adie be free 10 akodu 17 and that is what we voted for. It mama yankutem distractions ne de wo ho ye tietia nipa bi ka ye tietia media fo bi ka ye tietia nkofo bi ka se omo bedaada mo betwa mo ntro se Ghana ye ding enso wo udi bronya 2020 udi bronya 2021 udi bronya 2022 udi bronya 2023 and 2024 sa 2025 bronya udi ni nansen o se difference wom if you say ende Ghana ni bi ehu say enye ko antise payday ende Ghana for tumi to eden emu kofie etumi to enam akokɔ ekofie Ghana ni etumi ekotua ne tight ende Ghana ni etumi efa car ehu say petrol bo aba form we internet nyina ka say yembo ye homodin na yen toaba na yenyi NDC na yembo NDC ho ban for the next 41 years na omundi Ghana so in this how hwame a aban papa ba me ne wo mienu ne betima criticize aban no me ne wo mienu ene betima gina aban ne kon homa na ye de ye pe me ne wo mienu ne betima boa aban we ma aban we aye de ye ne pe inti it is up to you and myself to protect this government, to guide this government. Some ye ade na nya we need to be honest, tell them in their face and correct them. You need alternative BIBM as a nation. Our only alternative is the NDC led by John Mahama, the NDC that is ready to work, the NDC that is ready to serve. That is the alternative. The alternative is the NDC and the government is the NDC. Into any alternative biano, yenye I want to say the age for, ye the enimbo nsam jem, the enimane say ye ko osra hinim, the ebeya ko osra hinim no enne hiaye, ye nima de friend bon sam jem. As far as yenimbo nsam jem no, the ya ne papa. Because papa nkwa na de beko osra himemu. Inti yemienu menewo ye Ghana fo a ye ni alternative in politics no. Our only alternative is the NDC. And the only NDC ye betuma aboa amana chechire man no ena wo se de ti omo so. Inti ye de yenim hwe yenim bonsam jem ena yenim bone de yenim an say ye papa because yenim say ye papa ni wi a ye osra himemu ne beko. Inti our alternative is the NDC. And the NDC is the only option ye nyina I will say ye di chire na ye boa e ma chire Ghana e ma ye nyina. Now mama yenko enim na yendwudwam team stay with me. Nipa bebre our platform no so Kevin Taylor bomidin da bi ye de ahyehye so. Senior madam bi o. Police officer penyini pa also your go is an offside goal. Oh madam. Yeah, sanka ojire mbianka hu senye easy madam. Masam go no. CBS working madam menka sa o nipa nche o. Ai a clear cut go pa. Sa man for hwe form na. On say Ghana for be share hu form. On say for no hu form no. O ankofo na me no bo no hwe form no say me to be bu name. Ai ti madam na form sa. Now let's move on. All right, thank you sir. Now, in the dollar no, and the dollar no is 10.50 and a John Mahama NDC. Pound sterling is 14.17 and our ba a euro is 12.33. I buy papa ba inti mama mayendi huagro, mama yembo hupain na yemwa emagana injana naso. Yeah, babe kill jandams be and sunny the Jumadi Nashishaso. And this is one story and the circulated on social media so nina otrofo azani Munafiki Mahamudu Bawumia or say If God chose King Cyrus, who was not a Jew, then God can choose Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who is a Muslim, to lead Ghana. Bawumia says, Onyankopon to me, obi a friend of Cyrus, ana onye Jew ni, ema ne tumi beye den, etumi ebedi omonima. And there also Mahmoud Bawumia no onyame betumi eyi no. Ama na bedi Ghana so na Bawumia yesrewo. Yesrewo. Ne enya kase Jew for. Bawumia me sure say anope bi otafre dabo to. Bawumia. Yesrewo ne enya kase Jew for. Asante for mapa, ko for mapa, enzima for mapa, en awuna for enta for mapa. Ye den e be Jew for. Where Jew for us? But the fact of the case is that say somebody needs to tell Bawumia and the NPP say he did not lose the elections because he's a Muslim. And that is one thing Bawumia is not getting. And it's something that he knows, but he just doesn't want to accept. You people should let Bawumia understand that the 2024 elections he lost, he lost it because Ghanaians got to know he's a liar. He's incapable of managing the affairs of this nation. That's all. It is not about Bawumia being a Muslim or Bawumia being married to somebody from Chad. No. Mahmoud Bawumia needs to understand, said this kind of petty, childish, sympathetic politics, no, it does not work again. In 2024, 90% of the people who voted and voted the NPP out of power, they voted because they had assessed you for 8 years. And they have come to that point, say, you don't have the intellectual know-how to be the leader of this nation. So it's got nothing to do with Osuma Osum. It's got nothing to do with tribal Ufrim. And you people need to get to that point and understand the Ghana for Jimmy. Let me tell you. Say Obia Ostate religious politics, it was you, Mahmoud Bawumia. You went to the north and told our brothers and sisters in the northern region, say, because we are in Cremoninti, yan twaba maumedi president, Sebio, in so be in Cremonina, Sebio with Jimmy, I'll say man be the president. So this kind of petty, tribal, religious politics, you started it, and you still not learned any sense to say, the new Ghanaian, the young Ghanaian, the Gen Zs, they don't care about this kind of mifriha, michiniha, or somewhere na mismo. They are looking at your intellectual know-how, how consistent you are, how truthful you are, and how you can solve their problems for them. We are one of the longest serving running mates in Ghana. And we are the longest serving vice president in Ghana. Inti so be catch say, or be a friend Cyrus, Onyankopon say na onye Jew ni man be di Jew for, so ye nye Jew for. And you need to get the basics right. 90% of the people who voted because no more chiromo. They voted because you lied to them that you were going to make sure their businesses survive. They voted against you because they could not trust your words. They voted against you because the jobs you said you were going to create, NAPCO, what, you could not create them. They voted against you because you said you were an economist or you are an economist and that you could sustain the economy. You could manage the economy to the point whereby the dollar was going to go lower than where you inherited it. But at the end of the day, they realized that the dollar was killing them. Their capital were all being swallowed up by your bad policies. So 90% of people who voted did not vote because you were Muslim. 90% of people who voted against the NPP did not vote because of one time. They voted because you are not intelligent enough to manage the affairs of this nation. And when it is better you come to that realization. King Cyrus, I don't care about King Cyrus. Who the heck is King Cyrus? Diame be do Ghana na hia me. Diame ofa owo Antombra ebedi na hia me. Diame nua ofa nyoma e wo Togo. Nisika sebio ni capital enshi na hia me. Na King Cyrus de me efam hoben. But you are still not getting it. You are still being misled. The people are telling you, sir, because you're in Kreboniti or losing, that is where you are getting it wrong. You lost because you are not smart. You lost because you are not intelligent. You lost because you are a liar. You lost because the people, the citizenry, they lost that respect for you. They were heartbroken. They did not believe in your words, and they still don't believe in your words. So it's about time you sat back, had a very strong reflection, and then understand and respect the intelligence of the people, and because these kind of things, it will not convince anybody to vote for you. Face the reality. Let them know the truth. Stop acting as if you're a child. Let the people know that we messed up. I am not qualified to be an economist. When was the last time you spoke about the economy, Bawumia? You have been walking around the nation saying, oh, your campaign. When was the last time you spoke on the economy? You have never spoken on the economy again, Adentra, because you know from day one you were lying to the people. You are waiting for mistakes to happen for you to pounce on it. We are not stupid. Mistakes will happen, but we are not going to give you an opportunity. Mistakes will happen, but we are not going to give you an opportunity because you are not intelligent enough to solve problems. And that is what you need to know. You may do attempt, but we are going to be critical and factual. You do one great check. Se se wa dani sa shwa. Unam Ghana yedi blade kan wasi ye. Yedi tata blade kan wasi we. Yedi Gillette kan wasi ze. Wada no shwa yen kan wasem. Debi anu wasrinke. We need to let you know the truth. Inti, get it right. Stop tickling yourself. Stop massaging your own balls. Face the reality. You lost not because you are a Muslim. You lost because the people don't trust you. You lost because the people know now you have been exposed. You are not smart. You are not intelligent. You cannot handle the economy of this nation. You lost because you are a liar. You lost because the people have no trust in you. Deal with these things. Deal with these things. And stop the comedy of you trying to be... You are not going to get any sympathetic vote in Ghana again. The young Ghanaian is not willing to give anybody a sympathetic vote. The young Ghanaian is waiting for you to convince them through Wankasa Wanwasem and the young Ghanaian. So that 1992 kind of politics, go for the Noya Santinio and NPP, it's about what you can do, especially when you have been a vice president. Nana Dankwa Akuffo in 2012 or whatever, when 2016. 90% of Omoto Obama Akuffo, they knew Akuffo wasn't smart. They knew Akuffo was ignorant. They knew Akuffo was daft. They knew he was a crackhead. Majority of the people voted for Akuffo, they voted for Akuffo because of you. You were moving around the nation like a headless chicken, putting together symposium, explaining to Ghanaians how you can solve our economic problem. Yeah, the problem now we're to solve it for 8 years. Today you are telling us, say, Yanko Israel. Nana obi a Jew ni and na onye Jew ni. Na wo tani de Jew for asem fa ho ben. Wo man prusini de two Israel ni wo Jews Israel for krum e fa ho ben. Mahamudu de hey fama nana.
Okay, abusia we ne ensema ekoso e wo political highway ne so. Eye Kevin Taylor and I tell nka se odisa ensem no tudwa e de amaya o kire se NPP sika o mu wian no omode akwa akogu some island so any UK abusia ere ho nsem bre me bada masam jepene hukuti sa ensem we e de mai Ghana Politics Avenue. So and don't forget to click on the notification bell so na be any update be drop no onso onsa ebitumi aka bada mase.